Hello, everybody. Welcome. Rosa's like investigator. Hello, huh? Oh, let's see. Turn off volume. Okay, so wow. Oh my God. Can you believe it, guys? Okay, just closing windows. Let me make sure that all the things are turned off. Okay. Okay. So, all right. Oh my God. Can you believe it? Okay. So everything okay. Okay. So hi. Oh my God. Can you believe it, guys? I'm just like I can't. It's not that I can't laugh, but it's like whoa, unreal, unreal struggles, unreal struggles. Okay, so guys, so wow, yeah, so guys, yeah, so wow, what can I say, huh? It's good, it took a while to like gather all this stuff because I think at times like this, it's actually helpful to have it all listed, everything listed. For me, anyways, is helpful because it's if there's so much emotion, right? How could there not be? Okay. So you know okay, then okay, okay, yeah, so guys, yeah, so oh my God, I wanted to say, guys, so okay, so I'm just looking through the questions here. Okay, not the questions, I guess topics, and just wanted to say, so usually, normally I would be on more, I'd be on more, I guess. I would have been on Saturday and Sunday, but I think there was like so much going on. I think I got a little sick. Okay, like I said, not sick. Was like runny nose, and I had a little bit of fever. I don't know. It's not that I thought I had coronavirus. No, I didn't think I had coronavirus, but the times like this, you get like, whoa, kind of like, weirded out by it. And then I think, so went out, I went to the drugstore on Saturday. It was like a little bit farther down. Okay, and then I saw these people out. It was like a nice vibe for a while. Like it was just like a few blocks away. This other drugstore. It was just like a short little, walk to the other one. And I was like, all these people. It's an area that has more like fancier bars, or whatever. It was full of people. People are going out to the gym. They were doing things like couples going to the gym. Clearly, people that were like treating it like time off from work or something, like a staycation. And then when I got home, guys, it was like I had this really bad feeling. It made me very nervous. And I think sometimes I know, so I sometimes I overreact to some comments and stuff like that. I'm sorry when I do that. It's just that I think for me, sometimes like the reaction, the emotional stuff is real. And even I, guys, sometimes I need some time off to regather, you know what I mean? Because I do worry, and I think, guys, for me, it's not that I worry about me. It's like, it's not that I worry about me, but I worry about my parents. You know what I mean? You worry, like, it's not even about us. It's like, what about the other people? I worried about what could, it's like, this is a fragile time. Okay. So I was like, so that was the story. Okay. And so that's why I kind of took the time off, and also I slept more because normally I was not sleeping very much in the last few days or whatever before this weekend. So I'm back on. Okay. And I just wanted to say the thing about the salt in here. So I posted a video on YouTube. I didn't post it to the group because I was like, oh my God, I feel like sometimes I spam people. And it's not that I think you should get it, it's not like I don't work for this company or anything. It was just like because of the vision about it. Actually, I use my salt inhaler. I felt this morning when I used it, I felt like my sinuses, it kind of opened my sinuses. It's kind of interesting. Okay. Kind of interesting. So so this is it. Okay, so that's the story, right? Okay, so I don't know, I mean, you'll see. And like I said, guys, so funny, I wanted to tell you this about the salt inhaler. I don't really have, that I know of, um respiratory issues. Okay. Um so so then so that's the one thing, but then the other thing is that I also have to remember that the vision said that it's not that it's supposed to feel something, is that it's just like it's a means of cleansing. So that says, I was like, oh, it's not like I'm supposed to, because it was funny, the video, because I was like, oh, that's it. it wasn't like eventful. It was just like this weird thing. And that's it. I think it's just a kind of like a form of hygiene. It's not, like I said, guys, it's not that I'm like, I think everybody should have it or something. It's just like, it's just an extra thing. And then today, sorry, I'm just kind of having, chatter before I start. Then today, guys, I went to, put the like trash down the basement, and then get some packages. And by the way, it's weird because I made a mistake. I ordered like extra, I have like 16 rolls of not toilet paper. What is it called? Uh, Paper towels. It's so strange. It's like, I don't have room for this, but I got this anyway. So, but guys, just close, as when I close my door, I use the blue gloves, and so like I was like, I seriously just ordered like so many gloves, because I was like, you know what, if this goes on longer, I do have to wear gloves constantly. Like if I go out, I use gloves also to clean to clean dishes and like bathtub or whatever. but but it's crazy because no, seriously, I wear these gloves because seriously, if you think about it, guys, I don't think I'm being too much. No, I don't. I really don't. Because you know what? How the hell this is what I was going to say. When I went out on Saturday, I went to the drugstore, and I saw that not only people are very close to each other, then even the lady who was the cashier, she didn't have mask on. She didn't have any. Who is to say? Okay, who is to say? Because but I want to tell my paranoia was that, what if I have something and I give it to somebody? It's the worst. Like, so I'm just like, seriously, anything, I get all these packages. Like, do I get? I have to, you know. So I'm like, if I go through like eight pairs of gloves a day, it's gonna be a whole lot of gloves. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. So yeah. So guys, it's not that I don't know that it protects from the virus, but I think, like I said, it could really dramatically lower. I just wanted to say something else, and then I'll start. Okay. So one interesting piece of data that I think is quite interesting about this virus, of course, it's very incomplete. It's only a few, there's only a few examples of this, but but um, but I feel like there's been no news about the people, like doctors, who were exposed to it and they got sick. Okay. And so I feel like there's some sort of I guess this is my thinking here, is that for whatever reason, people who are exposed to the virus for a long period of time, or like larger quantity, seems to get sicker. Okay. And I feel like the salt situation, I do think if you happen to get exposed to it, that helps it not grow. Okay. So this is it. If it doesn't, it helps to not grow. So I don't, as you know, it's not that it necessarily protects you from it, but it helps, you know, it helps with that stuff. Okay. So, but I feel like, as the doctors they're in critical condition, even though they are, I think they're relatively young, or whatever you call it. But I do think, I have the impression that, and even the same thing that I told you, the case of the doctor and the nurse from China, in the Wuhan city, so that they got sicker. Okay. It just helps to not grow. Because I feel, guys, honestly, like, it's almost like, by the more having more of those things inside it, for whatever reason, it's like, if you have less of them, you know okay. Because I was going to say, like, and now, like I said, just the other announcement, okay, is that tomorrow at 2:00 p.m. I'm going to do an extra. I'm doing tomorrow just because, guys, I have a feeling, and I don't want to overcommit myself, that I'm going to have to do this every day for this week. Okay. Just even if I do it short, just a daily update. Okay. If I have availability, right? Which I do. I think it would be nice to just touch base. So anyway, so I'm going to do it probably every day of this week, even if it's not too long, like, just so, because don't you think, guys, the situation is so crazy? I think it helps to have a conversation. Okay. So anyway, so then tomorrow 2 p.m. I'm gonna have this one special about AIDS, what we can learn from the AIDS crisis. Because as I was feeling all these things, I started to watch the documentaries. I'm a kind of obsessed. That was one of my top favorite topics, is the AIDS crisis. So 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 then, so, because, guys, the thing about the AIDS crisis, one of the documentaries, it was talking about, there used to be these theories before they found out the real cause, that people could get it from, there was different double exposures to the different types of viruses. Long story. But I feel like this is not, like, obviously, like AIDS, where you get it from the blood. Okay. But I do think there is something there where, like, the osmosis kind of situation. Okay. Really, like, because you literally breathe in the thing, and and I feel like the more you breathe in. Okay. So, okay. So that's that. So tomorrow's gonna be a conversation because I feel, guys, the AIDS crisis was really interesting because if you, as an example, right? Because not just because it's a virus, it's because of the communal effort. Okay, so it's just it's we'll see. Okay, I'm just interested to see what the people, because I think, guys, my sense about the AIDS crisis is that a lot of the people who worked in it and survived it and the ones who passed away, like, it was never really recognized for what it was. And it was so heroic. They did so much, they accomplished so much and helped so much to find the cure. Okay, but I feel like but something that we never learned from it, because it was the group of people that nobody cared about, is that there was a lot of flaws in the health system. Okay, and they continued, and now we have the situation with this that affects everybody. Therefore the entire country is mobilized very quickly. Okay, if it had been like, imagine if it had been the Bushes, okay, and everything like that, like, immediately that would be like, shut, try to find it, a long story. So tomorrow I'm going to find out from the people, that were there, what they can teach us about the situation. Okay, because I'm interested to hear, the excuse. And by the way, so tomorrow I can only post one link at a time. So when I'm done with this, I'm going to post a link for tomorrow, the 2 p.m., and then after the 2 p.m., the one for the 7 p.m. Okay, so I'm gonna have links for the documentary. I have addiction documentary. So there's a lot of interesting documentaries about the situation. So I'll have links about it. Okay. So anyway, so that's that. Now, oh my God, guys. So let's get started. I'm like, it's so scary. Okay, like, not so, in a way. This is the thing. I don't want anybody to be, you guys, like, to be like despairing or anything like that. It doesn't help us, because the situation is truly sad. Like, it's truly dire. We're not making it up. It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, it is what it is, because we have to be realistic about it. It helps to be grounded and to see what is really going on. So the more, on the one hand, there's things that are, they're very upsetting, but on another hand, there's things that are real, and we have to look at them as they are. Okay, so okay, so that's that. Now I'm just gonna start, guys, because if I'm not gonna go through all of them because there's so many. Okay, let me just start. Okay, I like to ask for protection, beautiful ray of light, coming up top of my head as I breathe in, fill my lungs. As I breathe out, I create a circle. I create a circle, step into it, step into it. I feel protected. Step into it, I feel connected. I like to ask that informers come only from the highest sources, only the highest sources. That it create the good, and only the good, the good for the good people, the good for the good people. Okay, okay. So, oh my God. Okay, so, well, not that no big deal. Okay, so let's go here. Okay, so, oh, to make sure, guys, I'm paranoid that I don't press the thing. Okay. Okay. So states closing down schools, guys, as you saw, New York, a lot of states are closing down schools, bars and restaurants. So, the guys, my, on top of this, the health issues, my concern, the thing that I worry about the most, honestly, is the people who work in those, like, it's just really like all the people that work in the restaurants. What are they going to do? Like, I worry about, like, it's not that the health issues are not problematic, but when I think about how are they going to eat? Like, I can't, I think about, I don't know, it just makes me like nervous. When I just think about it, I'm like, how are we going to find a solution to this? That's my main concern. So that's what I want to know. Okay, so today I'm going to answer all these questions, but this is the thing. Okay, so what happens to restaurant workers, waiters, dishwashers, Uber drivers? How can we make sure they won't go hungry? Really? Okay. Yeah, I feel like I see them, and they're they're talking to the restaurant owner, especially in New York. There's a pretty powerful lobby, like, because there's so many restaurants. Okay. Um, so like, okay, okay, so then, and then those, well, like, famous restaurant, or not just famous, but all kinds of restaurant owners talking to the government people here and also in Washington, and they're demanding support. demanding help. And I think they're going to get, there's a people saying that people need like $1,000 or something like that, the lost income. I think they may get it, but I see them like really, they don't have a lot of money to begin with. And there's at least like, I think also food pantries, but they need cash basically to deal with the basic necessities at least. Okay. And I think there may be support from that. Okay. So, but long term, like guys, when I think of like Uber drivers, it's so sad. It's so sad to me. And okay, so I this morning, this is how I am. I subscribe to this newsletter, like a business newsletter, whatever, who's talking. It's kind of interesting, they have the news about the tech world, whatever. Also other businesses, they're like, oh yeah, so Uber and Lyft, they said the workers, they were the first ones to say that the workers can go home, like you work from home. Um, hi guys, yeah, so this is it. Okay, so it was very upsetting to me that guys, I can't interrupt, but welcome, so anyway, just continue here. I'm gonna, okay, okay, just separate here because I need to, it's today's, it's one of those difficult days, right? It's the subjects are complicated. So anyway, so I wrote back to him. He's like, oh yeah, so Uber and Lyft were one of the first companies that said their employees can work from home. And I was like, how could you say that? This is just so awful because the people that make the money can't go home, can just work from home. I don't know. It's just, to me, it makes me so upset. It's just like, I should not get worked up about stuff, as I have emotions. But that's what I think. I think, what about them? They believe in this bullshit. And I just think, guys, okay, so what's going to happen? Let's say Uber drivers. It's not worth it. They have to find some. I think there's going to be a big shakeup, especially of this whole, like, what is it called? Gig economy. Okay. They know that they don't make any money and they don't even have any protections. What is the point? Okay. I think they may have help from their states, whatever it is they work, but not the company directly. I don't think. Okay. So, because, guys, they only exist. Okay. They only exist to provide the money for the company. But you know what I mean? It's kind of sad because when you think about it, the company takes a big cut out of their income, but the company does not help out in the end when things get hard, you know what I mean? So they have to find something else. And I think I see hearings happening in the future of these companies having to answer, you know what I mean? I just think it should not be legal, guys, to be honest. This stuff happens, and like they took all the money they wanted from them and now they can't do it. Okay, so you know what I mean? It's very upsetting. So, okay, so that's it. They're going to have some help from the government, and then, they may get together, find, I think the solution is going to be that these companies, they may start their own kind of Uber-like companies, or governments may stop this stuff of the gig economy. Because guys, I think it's wrong. You take a big cut out of it. Okay. You take a big cut out of it, and then you don't give it back. I just find this very, very sad, very dire. Okay. It's just very dire because, well, I think it's a little different here. Just no, Amazon, of course, and Facebook, I think they should help, but I think there's a direct, when it's the people that make you money, I think you have a bigger responsibility. It's still the independent contractors that work for you. They're basically your employees, but you just because you get to call them something else doesn't mean that that's what it is. Okay. So anyway, so that's the story. I think and then this goes towards, towards like later on. Okay. So what do you want to know about delivery services, Anne? Okay. I don't know. What do you want to know about it? Okay. So I think it's going to be difficult for them to get away with this. Like, it's not my employee kind of situation. Right. So I think the regulations are going to change. And also, guys, the tax situation has to change. Okay. The tax situation has to change dramatically. Okay. Okay. So, okay. So next, okay, so let's see here. Okay, so that's it. I think, in other words, the answer is what's going to happen to them. There will be food pantries, but also some sort of checks from the government. I think checks, because Trump was like, oh yeah, let's give them tax. What is it? Payroll tax. Like, no, they don't have a job, so they're not going to get a check. Okay. So Anne is asking about delivery services, post office, US, okay, FedEx and Amazon and UPS. Okay, so No. Well, actually, and I was reading this that Amazon wants to hire 100,000 people because of the demand has exceeded, right? It's crazy, the demand for delivery. I don't think so, okay? Not necessarily. I don't know about the branches, but I think the delivery it might be that if there's some sort of system where people print out labels at home, I don't know, but because you can't have a line, right? You can't have a lot of people, like especially if you work with the public, there may be there's still, okay, there's still, they have to organize. I don't know exactly, but it's not going to stop. Like, no, they're not going to stop delivering because guys, that's how people are getting everything is through delivery. Okay. Think about it. Think about it. Like I said, this is a mistake because I ordered too many things sometimes, but at least I have paper towel for the entire year. I have paper towel. Like it's crazy. Okay. Are the big utility companies going to give you whole breaks or shut off their lights? I don't know. Like I said, this is about state. Every state is different. Okay. So it has to do with every state and every state and every, like, what I'm talking about? Every company connected to the state. I think it comes down to them making deals with the state, maybe the government, but I think it's not a person to person thing. I think it's more of some sort of, organizing some sort of deal. I think the states are pursuing this, but it comes down to every separate state. Okay. So, okay. So then Amazon, oh yeah, of course, Amazon should pay a living wage. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Guys, yeah, I think this could happen. Yes, definitely could happen. But I think we're dealing with the shock, the beginning shocks. These things are a little bit more complicated. I think it takes a little bit, it's not so simple. Okay, I don't know exactly. I already read about it. Like they were thinking about it, they were discussing this, like giving people, time to pay things or not like, I don't know. But this is gonna take some negotiation. It's not off the table. I think it could happen. Okay, it's just not right now because we're thinking of just the basic security situation. Okay. Yeah. So okay, yeah. And so I ordered for the first time, guys. I ordered food for like, and this is so crazy. They have bought Whole Foods, and since they bought Whole Foods, things are a lot cheaper. But anyway, so I ordered things, and it's crazy because yesterday was Sunday, so I ordered it Sunday. It's gonna arrive on Wednesday, like 11 p.m. Like think about it. It's gonna take 72 hours. Like I think the thing they advertise is 1 hour delivery. No, not 1 hour delivery. Okay. So so okay, so this is it. Okay, so that's that. Okay. Now, so this is it. Okay, about that. So anyway, so it's crazy. Like I was like, because, and I don't know, guys, the other thing is like, it was just with the situation of being home, I have to order like shampoo, and I got like a bath bubbles or whatever you call it. I don't know, just nice things because you're going to be home, so you have to take care of yourself. Be kind to be, so because it's stressful out there. Okay. So anyway, so I still want to go to Trader Joe's, but I was a little bit scared, guys, to be honest. I was like, whoa, when I saw everybody, that's what I was saying. When I saw everybody going out there and just acting like nothing was happening, it was just it was like, I realized I could catch it from anybody. So I want to avoid, okay. And I've been trying to go to the pharmacy every day to see if the alcohol arrived, because I'm obsessed about getting, the alcohol thing to clean, and then masks. I don't have masks, so I need to get masks whenever, because I want to be safe, what I mean? So anyway, so let's go here. Okay, so it's going to be relatively okay for now, I guess, for most people. Okay, so 1 second. So what changes will be implemented by local governments for people whose livelihoods are in danger because of the economic impact of these measures? Okay, I think there's going to be, like I said, some sort of check that's going to go to, like, it's going to go to people. Okay, like, and it's going to be the same value. Okay, same value. Okay, for everybody. So that they're gonna, some sort of like economic, it's not stimulus, it's like don't starve check. Okay, That's going to be, that's my sense. Okay. And it's going to be connected to the federal government. I don't know how much money each state is going to give, but there may be something connected to the government, like a bigger part of the government, but it has to be done soon. Okay. Has to be done soon because people are going to run out of money like soon, very soon. Okay. Okay. So, okay. Next. Okay. So, okay, guys. Okay. Oh my God. This is like upset, begins with the upsetting questions. Okay. Okay, so I've said before, guys, don't ask too many details questions because I can't answer. Like I said, I think most people are going to get this check. It's going to be one amount for most people. Who I think is most people. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know the details. Okay, because if this is going to be like one entire reading if I to figure out who, if it's going to be that detailed, because that's what I think. I think they have to release some sort of like a basic amount, because if it takes a long time to figure out who to test, to double check, to do this, is nothing's going to be done. Okay. Okay. So this is it. Okay. So, okay. So, all right. So, okay. So let me go back here. Okay. So, okay. Okay. So, sorry, the light was bothering me. So anyway, so let's go to the other question, which is, okay, guys, this is so Trump tells governors they should get supplies themselves. So this is one of those triggering questions. Okay, so I was watching the news this afternoon before they had the press briefing, and the news was that Trump said in a phone call with governors that they should, quote unquote, get the supplies themselves. In other words, go find it themselves, because they shouldn't wait for the government to supply like masks and those kinds of things. Okay, that will the government, right? So my question is, will the federal government ever get the shit together? If this is the case, how differently will GOP governors act from Democratic governors? So in other words, guys, this is so. I said this before, though, in readings, it always shows that the government is MIA. Okay, so it's up to the states. But for him to say, like, imagine if the government was together and said, okay, the U.S. government is going to come together, we're going to find you the respirators and the masks and all those things for your workers. Like they should, instead, like, think about it, right? No, I'm busy. I'm busy pat myself on back. Like, think about how awful it is that I'm not saying that the governors can't, but that is just so awful. Like, he doesn't care. We know that doesn't care, but it's just, it comes out, right? Like, and so that's the sense. Will the government ever, this is about purchasing, right? And of course, oh no, 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 right? So what is happening with this ordering stuff? Guys, I think he's like this, not interested. He's not interested. He's not in, he's always interested in talking, pumping himself, but never really getting the work done for difficult things like negotiation and all those things. Okay. He doesn't care, right? He's only like negotiate for himself, but never feel like, okay, hey, we need respirators. Who makes them? How can we find? No, no, that's not glamorous. That's not something he can brag about, I guess. Okay. So what's going to happen? Guys, I see the army here getting involved. Okay. Because they have a experience with those kinds of, like, a lot of people, like a lot of, okay, quantities. And I see that they have the know-how of like how to get the stuff. Okay. Okay. So that's kind of that. Okay. So they have to, I think, like I said, I think it's going to be something like the military, National Guard. That's what they were already saying, like the FEMA National, right? Because I think it's, it requires thinking. It's exactly that. So he has to move like that quickly. Not Trump, but others are going to step in and try to get it moving, because if they wait, nobody's going to rely. It's almost like I said, they have to kind of stay outside of the Trump administration. Okay. So like, because they don't care. Okay. I mean, this is not new. Okay. This is not new, but that's just what it is. Okay. Okay. So next. Okay. Next. Wait, where's the next question? Okay. So, okay. And then the other question is, will the federal government ever get there? Like, will the Trump administration ever get involved in these types of things where like it's about spending money, you know, getting stuff together like that? Okay, are they gonna get no? And I see if Trump eventually being pushed out or something. I don't know. I don't, you know, this is, there's so much going on. You just can't trust him. You know, you can't, even if he says something that's, like, even today it sounded okay. What he says and what he does are very different things. This is the problem with Trump, is that you can't trust him. You just can't, right? So this is like, you know, exactly. Jonas saying Army Corps of Engineers, exactly. Don't you think they were mentioning this, that they are the best builders and all that? But it's like organizing this gigantic, it's like all this like human logistics, okay? This is something Trump is not interested in at all, because, you know, he's the type of, he's not there for the labor. He's there just to brag and take credit. Okay. Okay. So then, okay. Okay. So then now, how differently would GOP governors act from Democratic governors? Because I'm concerned, guys, not even about, you know, the political ramifications of this, but the population. You know, the population, guys, is really, this is what I worry about. I don't care if you live in a Democratic or Republican state. The population is going to pay the price. Okay, so I need to know, this is the thing, how, if a person lives in a Republican state, okay, so you know, I see that a lot of Republican governors are like, hey, President Trump, I love you, man. Like, they try to emulate him because they feel like they need his approval in order to be reelected. They need to have a good relationship with him. They admire him and all that. So then they're like, they don't want to criticize, you know, because they understand that the Trump thing is like, you can't criticize him. If you criticize him, he goes after you, he does this, but you can't, they just have been trained to do this. But at the same time, they're like, President Trump, you're doing a great job, you're doing this. And then they get a lot of pressure from their constituents, from people in their states, like wanting solutions. And they realize that they try to, like, they reach out to the White House or whoever connect to the White House. They're like, hey, I'm a governor of whatever Republican state. And then he's like, he doesn't care. They realize he doesn't care. They're like, you're on your own. They realize it and they're like, oh, they don't care. Okay, they realize that I think the White House and doesn't. I mean, they may care in a way that is very superficial, or they may try to give him a break because he's a Republican governor, but it doesn't really deliver in terms of help or money, not in the way they need. And yeah, as you know, guys, the thing about Republicans is that they always, the Republican states are poor for the most part compared to the blue states. Okay, so they're like, oh, they feel like if they just trust Trump, they're okay. But then they realize there's a big difference between the population, and they're kind of alerting Trump and the GOP. Look, there's a revolt going on. They're angry at us. It's my voters. They are the Republicans, but they're angry at me because I don't have whatever. I can't help them. So I need to know what your position is going to be, because I can't. I have to be reelected, and they're realizing that this is going to cost them. Okay, because they're like, I see on TV that New York has this and that. Why does it take so long? Why does it do that? And the reason is, guys, because they don't get taxes, right? A lot of places like have a tax free or no income tax, like taxes even. Taxes economy is pretty good, but you know, they're like no income tax, I think. So it's just, you know, and they have so many tax breaks, so they have less income as a state, I think. Therefore, all their services are compromised, I think. Okay, so this is the, you know, they call it rubber meets the road. Okay, so this is it. Okay, okay, so that's the difference. Okay, so are these, okay, guys, you know, this is also saying, this is interesting, it's also saying that if in doing this time, it's like the spotlight is going to be hardcore on the leaders of everything. So if you're a politician and you don't deliver this time, or you in relationship to others, you fail, you're never going to be real. Like, nobody's going to forget it. Okay, this is going to be, it's at a time of truth, I guess, but they won't, they will never forget it. They will never forgive you. This is so. But will the GOP be able to create fear tactics to push people that no? Because you know how it is, guys, with these types of voters. They like, oh, they love the GOP or Trump until something happens to them personally, and then they get really mad. Okay, you know, don't have empathy. But if something happens to them, what? No, what? They get upset, they get angry. Okay, okay. So this is it. This is the difference, and it's going to be slower, and they're going to be frustrated. There may be deaths and all that. Because, guys, did you see the guy from Oklahoma, the governor of Oklahoma? He was, oh, let's go out, guys. Let's go to the bars. Let's go hang out. And Nunes, I always count on Nunes. Nunes always great. Nunes always wonderful. So he was like, yeah, let's go to your pub, go to your bar, go to your thing. Like, don't pay attention to this. Right? So look at them. They're great people. Great. I think great. No, thank you. Thank you helping. Thank you helping. Yeah. So here. Okay. So coronavirus. Okay, now changing subjects a little bit. Okay, there's a lot of questions, guys. They're not necessarily in perfect order. It's just that there's a lot to look into. So I need to skip, to kind of go to next different topic. So, coronavirus vaccine and medicines. So during the conversation today, the press conference, Dr. Fauci, is that right? Tony, the guy that, the one person who tells the truth always, okay. Coronavirus, he said that there's a vaccine and the trials started, but it's going to take at least a year, okay. So, and it's happening in Seattle. So Seattle coronavirus vaccine trial starts at least 1 year until the end results will come out. Will we have a vaccine? How long until the meds are developed? Like, how long until we have actual medicines available? Okay, this is going to take a long time. Okay, so wow. I hope it's like 2.5 years is a long time. Okay, so what about, but what about, for example, what about the vaccine? For some reason, it feels like the vaccine might be earlier. Okay, I don't know why. Seems kind of strange to me, but because, you know what, guys, I feel like the medicine, this is kind of interesting. The medicine, there may be some sort of legal fight between the government and the pharmaceutical companies. Because, guys, I'm sorry, this type of medicine, it should be available for free, okay, or very low cost. It should not be expensive. Like, imagine like a cost like 5,000, like, who knows, you know what I mean? This is not right, okay? This is not right, okay? So yeah, that's what I said. They already started the vaccine trial. So I think it may come earlier because of like some sort of like, how do you call it? Like, it may, something about the cost or less. And guys, okay, can I tell you something really sad? I don't know about this exactly. I feel like the government may be connected to the vaccine development, but not the medicine. So you see what I'm saying? I don't know exactly. I don't know if vaccines can be profitable, okay? But I feel like there's something about those pharma companies not being interested in developing vaccines, because the point is they want people to get sick. Oh God, please stop this. Think about it. For them, it makes more money if people get sick, okay? So so this is a story, okay? So just to tell you guys, I know you're talking about in the comment section, Trump didn't exactly try to buy the German lab. That's not exactly okay. Just to contextualize it, okay. So he offered some sort of money, okay, to the German lab that was developing it, hoping to get it just for the U.S. Okay, but that's not buying when you say buy the lab, it means something else. It means you're actually buying the entire company. That's not exactly what he meant. I think he said he would offer $1 billion for some sort of contract if they would agree to give the vaccine just to the US alone, okay, so that he could brag it's the US thing. Okay, that's what I think it is. So I think it's not even legal, the requests. And as you know, guys, Trump is a con artist, okay, but don't worry about it. It's a minor thing, but it's just okay. You can just, guys, look it up. Just look it up, guys. There's a lot of articles. It was yesterday, I think it was, okay. So it's just that's the story, okay. So anyway, so I just feel like there's something about Okay, the vaccine that seems in some ways not seen as more legit. It's not that the medicines are not going to work, but like I said, I think the companies may want to make a lot of money off of it, and that's not cool. Okay, so the vaccine is an easier way to like, you know, to to get people, treated for it or whatever you call it. Okay, so okay, so anyway, so let's go here. Okay, so that's the story. Okay, so that's it. That's the story. Now, what are we gonna do between now and then? Simple questions. What are we gonna do between now and then? Okay, like as a world, because this is a disease that spreads really fast. What the hell are we gonna do between? Is this how are we gonna end this thing until this stuff? Okay, yeah, people being home, economies are gonna be slow, recessions worldwide. Okay, because no, we have to stop a big part of the economy. Okay, so okay, so but it's saying it's going to change society in a way for the better. I know it sounds crazy, guys, but it's saying that people are like the relationships are going to be less casual. The world's going to slow down, and people are going to have to stop and think about what really matters. Okay, it's going to be harder. Like everything was so transient and so superficial that now when there's like physical limitations, people are going to have to think about other things. Okay, more than appearances and like, you know what I mean. So it's interesting. I find it interesting. Seriously, interesting. It's because it's almost like guys, we needed to have a real kind of like a reset. Okay, and this goes, let me just go back here to skip some topics and get into this, the spiritual messages. So I've talked to some people, okay, some people before about, I forgot exact guys, I've talked to some people one off for different things, so different readings, different things. So one of the things that I talked about was that I think this is a time when we're going to have to rethink what really matters. Okay, and this is a, I don't want to be like, it's not about apocalyptic or anything like that, but this is almost like I feel like God is giving us a second chance to like, okay guys, well, humanity, I'm gonna let you think about a few things. Okay, I'm gonna let you think. I'm gonna let you think about some things because it's not working. It's not working how it's going. No, no. So we're gonna put a pause on situations. Okay, so that you have to, to think about it. Just think about life in general. Okay, and it's gonna be more. It's saying, okay, so what is the difference? Because I'm understanding here, guys, that what they said was like, it's this reset. Okay, addressing the stuff that has to be addressed. Because if we don't have the support system for everybody, then 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 everybody suffers. Okay, you know what I mean? Like in the sense of like, yeah, that's just it's just that like what really matters in life. It's like career, but then everybody's so busy and everything is like this and nobody's together anymore, and it's just like transitory and stressful constantly. For what? Okay, so, and it's saying that for some reason, guys, I know this is going to be having sort of there's some economic consequences, but I don't feel like they're going to be as harsh as the changes to like, it's like something stops, and the stopping makes people think. Okay, the ones that are not awoken, they have to think about things. Okay, and I feel like this is it, is a reset time. Okay, because guys, if you think, it was interesting for me to think about the AIDS crisis, because it affected, like I said, for the most part it affected the gay population. Okay, and nobody cared, oh, the gay people, whatever. And now that you see the presidents getting sick, people in power getting sick, oh, mm, guys, it's not is okay. So yeah, so no. Okay, so okay, Christine is asking. Okay, no, no, Christine, this is not okay. I have to. This is like someone. I said the virus had a female vibe. Do you think she's the lady? No, this is like, I'm sorry, that's bullshit. Okay, people. You know what it is? Like people love this. Nobody is ever able to let go of that woman thing. Who's the woman who's gonna take Trump down? I don't think that. I don't think it's a woman. It's not a woman. It's not a person. Okay, it's like it's not everything is about the woman's gonna take Trump down. Okay, like I know, you know what it is, guys. Sometimes I know, like I don't watch a lot of reasons, but I know a lot of people love magical thinking. Magical thinking, everything is reduced to simple ideas that answer big questions. That's not how the world is. Okay, okay. No, I know what I'm saying, but it's sort of like this is not. This is a very complex situation. The answer is complex also. It's not just like one thing that happens and like, oh, it's a woman, it's a man, and answers the question. It's not how it is. Okay. And I know, like I said, a lot of people on YouTube prefer, I know, to be honest, like they're more they have more subscribers, they speak, they're simple, they basically promote simple thinking, magical thinking, and that doesn't work. That's not how life is, you know. I mean, really, it's just like some things are not simple, and we have to live with that. Okay. You know what I mean? So, no, I know. It's just like wondering, but it's like it's not so simple. So it's just okay. So anyway, so I just feel like we have to look at that. We have to develop critical thinking. That's what's going to happen. I feel like, well, oh, it's a magical. There's an element, I think, of there's sort of karma, or like I said, there is a spiritual element of it, but it's not simplistic. Nothing, simplistic thinking is not what we should rely on right now because everything is complicated, especially now. So anyway, so and I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, Christina. It's not like that. As you know, I'm very direct like that. But it's just that whenever people come up with, they have the specific types of questions, I have to kill it immediately because it's like, oh, there's a magical thinking coming. And whenever that happens, it's like it derails real critical thinking, which I think we should all be using, right? Like at this time, you know what I mean? So, so anyway, so I think, like I said, I think it's going to be a time of a transition, it's like, yeah, the period of exact transition into a different time, a different values. Okay. And people come, deciding what matters, because I still think, guys, that every people who have the old value system, it's not going to work. And I think in some ways, it's not that we're not going to suffer, we're going to suffer, but the people that are like Trump and company who have these types of values, they're not going to know what to do with themselves. What? Like, because think about it, Trump is so uncomfortable in that position. If you notice, like he hates having to help people. That's just something that, and I still don't understand how people can trust him or believe him. He's like, he gets even more cynical when it's like, oh yeah, I'm helping everybody. Yeah, don't worry about it. Like he's just so cynical and so awful. Okay, so I think it's just there's not going to be a game for them. No game for them. No, no. Okay. So I think the good thing about it, guys, like I said, I think it's going to be the time to reawaken, um, reawaken community. Okay. And rely on that and connect to each other and to others. And I wanted to say, I don't, I don't always like it when people send me links. I prefer they explain, the context of the link, because I never click, honestly, I never click. So people just send me a link, I never click on it because it could be malware. Even if, it's not the best, it was done with the right intentions. I just don't click on links like that. But I just wanted to say, somebody sent me a link about, the Danielle Agnew. I don't know if you I like her. She's sometimes a little cuckoo, I'm also a little crazy, but she goes off like a lot, I do too. Well, like, who am I to say? But really, she was like really interesting what she was saying. Also, she said something like, she's like, I heard a lot of people praying for change, praying for slowing down the world or whatever. And that's what's, here it is, guys. It's a situation that's going to dramatically slow down life. And it's going to make people stop and think about the things that matter, you know? So so this is it. And I think most people, guys, if given the opportunity, we want to help others. Obviously, we don't want to be taken advantage of, but I think we want to have a community and have those types of things, those types of values. Okay, more than the others. Okay. So, and it's saying here that it's telling me like America was really kind of in a way responsible for this sort of like dog eat dog mentality, hyper competitiveness. Okay. And sometimes that is not good. When it's too much, it's not good. Okay. Okay. So this is that. This is, and that's what I was saying, guys. As one of you commented on over the weekend. Okay, they're like, oh my god, I'm so sad, like all these horrible things are happening, and you know what, they are happening. But the way to counter this is to be with others. Like, not obviously you can't connect, you can't be with others right now, but you know what I mean, is connect to your community. Think there's a lot of people who need your help if you're willing to offer it. Because I think we can think about all the horrible things, or we could do something. Because that's what I was saying, the example of the AIDS people is that they were dealing with something so awful, so harsh. Okay, but they didn't have the option, because it really was awful. We have to do something, or we're gonna die. So that's kind of, that's my sense. Okay, and then just a comment here about like like the one experience that I had. I know how to cook. Okay, like I'm not cooking constantly, but I know how to cook. I'm a pretty good cook, whatever. So when I went to that day that I filmed the Trader Joe's, I haven't been since, but I remember it was in the pasta aisle. I went to grab there was a canned tomatoes, because it's good if you do pasta sauce. They have the Italian canned tomatoes, are really good to make pastas to add to your pasta sauce. If you make the one I make, long story, but it takes a long time to, it takes, mine was like 24 hours cooking for 20 hours, whatever. But it doesn't have to be like that. But then anyway, I saw this man who was like confused that there was no pasta sauce. He was confused, like bewildered. There was no pasta sauce, and clearly didn't know how to cook. So I was like, "Oh, some people, it's a good time to learn cooking, learning, living, right?" So, so it's just interesting how that is. Okay, how people don't even know. They don't even know, like no, people don't even know how to cook. So, so, so 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 this is it. Okay, okay. So let me go here. Okay, okay. I'm gonna go back to the other thing. Okay, let's see next. Now, health workers, guys, as I saw, one news, I think it was yesterday or today, I don't remember. It was very alarming. It was the news that two doctors were in critical condition, one in New Jersey and one in, Westchester, New York, here around, the area that first had the big, the big area, the big numbers. Okay. So as I was saying earlier, I do think that that repeated exposure it's not the same as like it's not just catching it, but I do think that having more exposure somehow is more serious. Okay, but how are we going to protect the healthcare workers, or how are they going to be, both doctors and nurses and anybody that comes in contact with these people? How are we going to prevent them from being infected? Okay. It's interesting because it's telling me here that everybody has to be, especially the mask. They have to wear the thing constantly at all times. They have to treat it like it's some sort of like almost like a radiation thing. Okay, so because it's very serious. So then one interesting thing that I saw here is like, remember the thing I was saying about the children and the lungs. What I see here is that those well, I guess particles, they're almost like, they remind me of like parachutes. Okay, so they fall. There is something to be said about the numbers, because it's almost like once they come in contact with the surface that they need to reproduce, they create like these, like almost like a little webs, cobwebs or something. I don't know how else to explain it. And they kind of they they limit the amount of there's something like they block the amount of oxygen that goes in. It really does harm. So if you have more, it's like, because it's saying, it's almost like, imagine if you have 10 parachutes versus one. It's not just that they grow, but if they grow from different areas in your lung, it's gonna get worse. It's not, I say, it's interesting, but it reminds me of, guys, the way that it reproduces reminds me more of like parasites than actual viruses. Okay, in the sense that it that it's not just, like I was saying, that it gets into your blood and then it travels. Is that if it it has a lot to do with the surface that it gets into. Okay, and that's why I was saying before that the surfaces, the people that have lung problems, they have a surface that is perfect for them. Oh, nobody fighting me, I go for it. But if you have or older and have more repeated exposure, they just have like more, I don't know, they just have more surfaces to grab. Okay, so okay, so that is also related. Okay, like I'm just trying to think of an example. Yeah, they just kind of like grab, like I said, they have more spots to work from, and so it's faster and more serious. Okay, so yes, it's more dangerous for people who work directly with patients, because like I said, it could go to different, they're not just, it's not because, okay, how do I say this? The way that it works is not just that it enters your blood flow and it affects from there. It is a contact thing. Okay, I don't know how else to explain it. It's a little bit like, yeah, I don't really don't know how else to explain it. It's a contact. So whatever, the more contact surface it has, the more it's gonna affect you. Okay. So okay, so this is why. So that's why they have to be extremely careful, because their exposure is multiple. Okay. So, okay, so what is the difference? Like, I'm just quickly, what is the difference between pneumonia, let's say pneumonia, traditional pneumonia, versus this? What is the difference? What does it look like differently? You know, I don't, guys, I was like, sometimes I insert the medical things. It's like very, it's a little bit more complicated. I forget, but the thing about pneumonia, and I could be wrong, of course, I've never really looked into it very much, but it feels to me like it's more homogeneous. I don't know how else to explain it. The way that it affects the lungs, it's more like it pumps up the cells, like it fills with water. There's some sort of water relationship, and it's more like global. Okay, it's more um, um, it's just more everywhere. Okay, whereas this is, like I said, it looks to me like a parasite. It's not a parasite, it's a virus, but the way that it attacks, it is very about specific. It grows on the surface of the lung, and it acts like, to me, it reminds me for some reason like parasites. Like they will like have a, it's like more pointed and more destructive. This is the thing. And the other thing, guys, unfortunately, this is only time will tell. They were asking on TV today, I think, is like, if a person catches this, do they have any, will it affect them later on? Or once they are cured, or is it over? That was the question. I think they may have consequences, because what I see here is that this thing is like an arrow that, like I said, it attaches to the things and it kind of destroys some of the structure. Okay. Okay. So, okay. Guys, I don't know, but a quick question. I don't know how to add the closed captions. I don't know how to do. I don't think you could do it live. I think only later. Okay, only later, only afterwards. I don't think you could do it live. Okay, maybe later. And actually, I don't know how to add. I thought you could just, you have to select it yourself. Okay, I'll figure it out. But I'll okay. So okay, I don't know how to do it. I think it's something related to YouTube. Okay, I'll look it up. But I think, okay, I don't know. Okay, so anyway, so I'll look it up. Okay, someone else had mentioned this. I didn't know how to do it. Okay. Oh, that's right. Yes, that's right. So Audrey's seen that. Pneumonia is completely different. I mean, bacterial pneumonia is completely different. It's not the same thing. It just doesn't. I don't think it works because it's not the same. It's just not the same. Okay. I see that the bacteria is much more, to me. It has a, it has a, it's an hexagon. That sounds crazy. Hexagon structure. okay? Is hexagon. I feel like the way that the cells reproduce, they're much more harmonious, and they have like, they build in like, I don't know, explain it. You know, like chemical links, okay? Like they're kind of, they build like this, like like more normally. Whereas the virus is like, it's more, it's much more aggressive, and it's more, and it seems to, you know, unfortunately, I feel like a honeycomb. That's right, exactly. Thank you. Exact honeycomb. That's what I'm saying. Honeycomb pattern. Exactly. That's more like the bacteria, but the virus, it's like arrows, like I was saying, and they may even be the guys. I feel like this virus could even destroy the tissue. Like I'm telling you, you get it. They destroy the tissue of the lung. It kind of eats away. It's very creepy. It's not like eats, like really eats away, but it needs it needs to reproduce on the surface, and as it reproduces on the surface, it destroys the structure of the tissue a little bit. That's why, okay, it's just much more aggressive, okay, much more aggressive. Also because we know nowadays we have um antibiotics, okay, but they don't have the medicine for this thing, okay. Yeah, it is scary. It's scary. You know what's so, guys, you know what's so interesting, this is crazy, that when I told you before that I see the cloud, when I could see where it's going, it's a cloud with arrows. And I thought the arrows were just linking, like they was telling you where they're going, but now it's the same thing. The arrows go inside, but that's it. Okay. So, so that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, I think this is why it's very destructive. Okay. This thing, it's just like, that's why it's almost like, you know, to me, guys, it destroys the tissue. I'm telling you, this is crazy, like how it is. Okay. Oh, is that right? My husband said if you survive, you could get scar tissue. That's right. That's what I'm telling you. It kind of eats, you know, guys, it reminds me, you know, the thing they say they have bacteria that eats the flesh. That's what it feels like to me. Like it goes in the thing, and it has the food, or the way that it works to reproduce. It's kind of like, it has to tear apart the tissue in order to live. Isn't that crazy? It's awful. It's just awful. So, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of bad here. Bad. Okay. So, you know, and I keep seeing, guys, can I tell you what I keep seeing? I hope true. I hope true. Is that the cure for this eventually is going to be something that people inhale. Like I was telling you before, I see the little foam thing that has to be inhaled, or something they put through the nose. I don't know how. Sounds crazy, but it's like it, because it's so much on the surface of the tissue. Okay. Okay. So anyway, oh, it's very nice today. Very happy conversation. So very helpful. Very helpful. Very nice, guys. Can you, okay, can we can we discuss like how we're living in a time of a horror movie? It's like a horror movie come to life. That's what it is. We're living it. I never like horror movies. Now I know why. Now I know why. Simple. Oh my god. Oh no, very nice. Very mild. So, okay, so this is why, guys, crazy, no, crazy, crazy, crazy. You know what I mean? Like, really, I'm not, this is true. Okay, I'm not even like sad about it. Interesting. Okay, y'all, it's just, that's right. But Audrey, like I said, you'll be okay. But your sister, like I said, your sister, you know, she needs to take, I think she'll ultimately be okay. But I think, you know, the salt thing, give her something else because she needs to. And the other thing, I don't know if I told you about your sister, to drink to drink um not drink, you know, take those magnesium baths. You know what I'm talking about? Epsom salts. That's it. Epsom salt could also help. Okay. Epsom salt. Epsom salt. Bath of Epsom salt. Because I feel like for some reason, guys, I keep feeling this salt thing, not just for some reason. Okay. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that it helps with the, you know, maybe there's some inhalation when you take the bath or whatever you call it, but there's just something, a way that it helps to break them down. Break it down. Break it down. Break it down. So, break it down. Break it down. Okay. So break it down. Break it down. Okay. So what is it? It's, yeah, I do think that for some reason, guys, the salt situation seems to help. I really do. I'm not just saying it because it's the second time something salt related came, you know. So You know what I'm saying? So, okay. Okay. Next, more information. Oh my God. Okay. So, guys, I'm sorry to be okay. I'm stuck. Like, as you know, I get deep. I like deep. So I'm kind of stuck still on the salt thing. What is it about the salt? I'm more because I see it again. What is it? So how would that help Audrey's sister, for example? Yeah, you know what I see here that they reproduce, is it the food, the way they eat or whatever, however it is that they reproduce, they need this to, and I don't know, to me, again, it reminds me of some sort of fermentation, but there's something about the when the salt comes in, they don't eat. No, it's so good. No eat. No, no, it's so good. No eat. So, like I said, I think it slows them down. Ultimately, the growth. Okay, it's not that it kills them, but no give food, no food for you. No, no food. No. Dear guys, that suggested for home remedies. Eucalyptus, like the real inhalation of eucalyptus leaves and stuff like that, that helps. Something, it helps with like the lungs breathing better, but I do think the salty-ish kind of things are helpful. Just but go inside, okay, the inhalation, that's why I think it's some sort of inhalation indeed, or steam, going sauna kind of situation, okay, because like I said, the way that these things operate, they create this, I see there's like fermentation, like a little bubbles or something, I don't know, lactose, what the hell that is, okay, that's it, okay. So just because it helps with like, they create, in other words, guys, the way that they reproduce, they create these blockages, like I was telling you, it helps both open up the lungs a little bit, and then cut down on their food supply, okay. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think, okay. Oh, look how interesting. That's right. Doctors used to tell TB patients to go to ocean for salt air. Exactly. That is fascinating. That's fascinating. Okay. Yeah, for 15 minutes a day or more. That's what I'm using. Saline nose drops. I use, well, those are more for, I think, you know what it is. I asked yesterday when I posted this video on the YouTube thing. I have to post here because I was like, I don't want to spam you guys. Okay. I just, you know what it is, the salt saline nose drops are the same, as similar to the neti pot. Okay, they work on the tissue around here, but they don't seem to go down. The thing is, it has to go into the lung, and that's not going to go into the lung. Okay, my neutralizer medicine. Yeah, yes. Would that be enough? I think that would help. Yes, I think that would help. Okay. I mean, guys, this is a fine line. I'm not saying, like I said, the best thing is to avoid it. But this is just helping avoid it. It's not that it would cure. It's not that you could just go down on the street and do whatever. Okay. 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 So it's just like things to help with your respiratory system, because I have to tell you. So I used today, like I was saying, I felt these things. You inhale through the mouth and you exhale through the nose, right? So I felt like it kind of opened up my sinuses. And I'll tell you, this we usually when I get colds, first I get something, I don't know, the nose or something, and then it starts to block here. This is the sinus thing, okay? So I was like, wow, this is it. It's interesting, okay? It's interesting because it makes sense, if anything, okay. But like I said, it's not like it's gonna, don't go out there hanging out with people, but it's just something that if you happen to catch it, that it may, you know and we're not going to necessarily feel anything. There's no way to know that it's working. It's just something more to add to it, okay. So, okay. Okay, so okay, so this is good. Yeah, they're like, okay, yeah, good. Okay, because since there's no real, like, yeah, no medicine really, like, you want to avoid, even if you catch it, that it grows, okay. Isn't that interesting, guys? The thing, that's right, I remember this story. Have you seen these movies when people get old, like historical movies, and people get sick, they're told to go to the sea? Do you remember this? You have to go to the sea. And that makes sense because the instructions, not instructions, when I was reading about these salt caves, They said it too, that like just it's not necessarily about inhaling as in steam, but it's just like the salt somehow that goes. It's not fascinating, right? It's so interesting. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Okay. Oh my God, so many things, so little time. Okay, so now GOP denial. What happens to GOP politicians who are urging the population to ignore caution? Nunes and the Oklahoma governor, especially. Hmm? What happened? Like, really, what happens to them? They're gonna have to. I see people yelling, "You told me to ignore it. Now my mom is sick. Are you gonna pay for the medical bills?" Are you, I think they may be sued for negligence. I hope so. Oh, I hope so. Okay. Guys, seriously, these people, think about it. They're I think the sad thing is that they believe it. They believe they're doing something good by ignoring it. I don't know. I don't think they're doing it necessarily because they want people to die. Is that they live in the magical universe where Trump controls the conversation. Okay. So they actually believe that it wasn't a big deal, like I said before. But I think people may even sue them eventually, okay, for this. And what about Lunas? Nunes is desperate. He just wants, he will say anything to distraction and propaganda, okay? That's what he does. He's afraid of like getting caught, you know what I'm saying? Of everything, okay? Okay, so because guys, okay, let's get real. The GOP has been undermining science for decades. Okay, they have been attacking science for a long time. So now finally science is like, there's a reason why you really should trust science. Okay. So it's like it's very dangerous to get people to believe that science is bullshit, because we only can have the luxury to say it now because we so many things have improved, and now the things have improved. They're like, oh yeah, who cares about science? Now you're gonna care about it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna care about it. Okay, so okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, so guys, I'm gonna add a question that I had not one of you mentioned. Okay, I'm gonna mention something. It's very upsetting. Another triggering question. Very upsetting. But I need to ask. This is the time to ask. One of you mentioned. Okay, I'm gonna say it. Okay. I'm gonna calm down. I want to calm down. Okay. Okay. So, so Trump, guys. Two news. Two very triggering piece of news. Okay. One is that Trump, he floated the idea of pardoning Michael Flynn. Okay, just as look, perfect timing, right? As this whole mess is going on, people are scared for their lives. He wants to go ahead and pardon Michael Flynn. Okay, okay, that's number one. Number two, okay, I'm gonna calm down. This is why, guys, I need sometimes I need to take time off because I get angry. I get that. That's why I was like, okay, can I tell you this is like I'm and then, oh, this is just before it started, guys. There's news, okay? News that that the prosecutors dropped the charges against the Russians. Do you remember the story of the troll farm? The guy of the troll farm, do you remember this? So, of course, Barr, moved. First, remember the story of how he put prosecutors to like look over these cases, right? That involve Trump, and now they drop charges on them. Yeah, and this was one of the cases that Mueller had prosecuted. This is the guy, this is a very close friend of Putin's. Okay, he's the chef. Remember the case against the chef? That's now they dropped the case, the thing. They dropped the charges, and the excuse was that, oh, they're dropping the charges because the Russians are using this as a means to exploit our legal system. No, this is bullshit. You know how this is like has his fat fingers all over. Barr. Oh my God, guys. Oh my God. I wish that he would get sick. Okay, this just happened just now. It happened just now. Okay, just now, just before I came in, I posted on the comment. So it's just like, like I said, guys, it's with all this stuff, it makes me angry. Sometimes it really affects my health. So okay, so I'm just like, did you see, by the way, that Barr was exposed to it through this Australian minister, something like that? So okay, so let's see what, just like, okay, so what's happening next about the situation? Yeah, I do see a hand, somebody grabbing his hand, Bar's hand. Let's see here, cards. Because, guys, I'm just like, God, please get rid of these people. I cannot, I'm just like, it's so wrong. It is so wrong. Like, how could this be? And then I see Bar like, yeah, this is the right time. Nobody's concerned. Everybody's busy looking at this other thing. Everybody's busy. Now they're gonna say anything. Do you think their constituents are not gonna let them look at us? Like this is like this people, guys, in the middle of this whole mess, they do this because oh my God, they're like, he's like, no, it's not so bad. This good opportunity, many good opportunities for us. Yeah, yeah. Oh my God. So I still, guys, oh my God, this is like, I'm sorry. Is it okay? Is it okay, guys? I know I have so many topics. Maybe I'm distracting for you. Okay. Because there's so many questions to ask and so little time. And it's just like, this is why sometimes it's like very upsetting. So, so, okay, what the hell's going on here? Okay. Seriously, like, because, guys, yeah, okay, there's a third, okay, let me just say it all together now. All the awful things. Third upsetting thing, because it's connected. Okay. So did you see the thing about the Supreme Court? Did you see the thing about Supreme Court? How they said the oral arguments are postponed, including the financial thing about Trump. Okay. So all these three things are serious. Okay. I'm like, are we on track for him leaving? What the hell? Okay. Like, seriously? Oh my God. So, okay. So first of all, is Trump, okay, let me just ask, are we on track for Trump leaving? Can he still, or is it just going to be, what the hell? Because guys, they could very well, so what's going, is Trump going to go? Okay. Because, guys, right now you want to take care. This is why it's so difficult, because you can't be triggered like me, angry. We are so angry, but at the same time, we have to live. This is like they want to. Okay, so what is Trump going to leave? I mean, please, these people. Okay, I just like Do you know anybody who got more breaks? No, those people got more breaks than I don't know what. Okay, oh my, okay, so what? Okay, so tell me what the hell is Trump on his track to leave? What's going to happen? Is he going to stay? What's happening here? Okay, what's happening? It's so upsetting to me. That's why sometimes, guys, I do the cards because I'm too upset to even, I don't know. I don't know what to trust. Okay, so, and they even say amongst themselves, no, don't deny it. The longer it goes on, the better it is for us. So yeah, yeah. Well, guys, seriously, they even think they can stay forever. Okay. Oh my God. Just I see coughing, bad coughing, coughing. Oh yeah, interesting. Okay, so what about? Okay, tell me. First of all, tell me about Trump. Is he on the? How is the situation of the coronavirus affect him leaving? Okay, or not? Okay. Okay. So, oh, somebody talking. I'm just like, okay, look, this is somebody unburdening themselves. This is the hardship, creating hardship. Like this is what's happening in the country, right? Hardships. And this is getting what he wants. Oh, happy about the money leads to an ending. Still, there's still coffin coming. I'm happy now. Coffin, coffin, huh? I like coffin. Oh my God. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so Oh, there he is. Parazana. Oh, look at here. Uh, a lot of money. Friend. Okay, so he's happy now. He's so happy that the thing was postponed. Perfect. He's just see his mood today. He's very happy actually. So oh my God. I don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say. Okay, so is he how are we gonna get rid of this guy? How? How is he gonna leave the government? Just tell me how. I'm just like really tired right now. Surprise. Oh, that's a surprise. Baby, 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 baby. Soon. Soon. Interesting. Upsetting news. So I don't know, guys. This is like manipulation, people working in the government. Surprise meeting. Okay, so what is it? Just one more here. Oh, legal. Yeah, I don't know, guys. This is really, I don't know what to say. I was just really hoping that he was gonna go, but we'll have to. Okay, so how is he gonna? I still see like he could be pushed out somehow, but I don't know. I still feel like the situation of the financial documents, it could be, there has to be something else that's gonna happen. But like I said, guys, what is gonna happen now? I think he could get sick. It could be something else, but I think I still feel like it's just that it's difficult. Okay, do we get how do we get a chance? Is this because okay, so uh, oh, sick. The same cards together, sick transmission to the kids. So I don't know, guys. There is something here. I don't know how, but it's very upsetting now. But it still feels like I don't know. I'm just really. What about Bar? What about Bar? I see him coughing a lot, like crazy. Okay, what's going on with Bar? Is he gonna leave or what the hell? How are we gonna get this guy out? Oh, leaving. Yeah, he is. Look, leaving. Weak. Oh, he's sick. Look, I was saying he's sick too. He's sick. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Waiting. Sick. Waiting. Upsetting. Mistake. Fortune upside down. Informations. White House stuff. Yeah. So I think yeah, there's some degree of some issue I think could be related to sickness and bar. So Yeah, so I just, guys, this is, I just, I don't know, this is the real, this is the reality. Let's talk about reality. The reality is that essentially the legal system is pretty much closed. Don't you think? Either it's, I don't know if it's completely closed, but soon it's going to be closed for real. Okay. Right. At least for a little while. Okay. Or they may try to push it that way or something like that. Okay. So nothing is going to happen. Really, nothing for like, okay. So until, I still think that there's some possibility, how are you gonna, is it gonna be, I still don't think that he's gonna be here for much longer, but and it could be, guys, like I was saying before, that there's a financial thing, could be the stock market. Did you see is like the biggest drop in the stock market ever? And they're saying, yeah, it could be that the people who elected him don't, the donors basically are working, okay, maybe not working, they're against him. So if there's enough forces against him in that way, okay, and he gets sick, so, but it just seems like right now, you know what I mean? It's depressing, okay, to be honest. Do we get a break? Do we get a break from this? They're like, this could be, this is almost like there's part of it that it could be a way to remove, almost like comes to remove trash, okay? But yeah, but Phyllis is not gonna, honestly, let's get real. We need a big explosion of information. No, nothing is gonna take over the coronavirus. Nothing. Okay, really, really. This whole situation is deadly for people. Nothing is gonna take over the news. Okay, really. I think no matter what it is, and they are using it already. Did you see the thing with the pardoning the guy, Flynn? Okay, so okay, so how long? Yeah, this is just, what it is, guys. This is like, I don't think that it's going to go on forever, but for now, the only thing we can really focus on, or the government can focus on, I guess, is getting this coronavirus situation done. Okay. Not, hopefully not for that long, but it's just the situation that it can't, it's like, if the government shuts down, which I think it already is to a degree, and they stop the legal moves, then, you know, okay, so just a quick question. I just feel like, I just think things are falling apart, really, for real. Okay, especially connected to this virus thing, and it's exposing the government. I don't know, guys, what else can be done, honestly, until, I don't know how. I still think that there's, hopefully, I don't know, even hopefully, I just don't see it staying for much longer. I don't feel like Trump can stay for much longer. I don't feel like this is gonna, if he stays, a lot of people are like, it doesn't make sense. It's like either the country dies with and he stays, or the country leaves and he goes. That's the bottom line. Okay, but it is upsetting, right? So okay, I don't know what else to say, because these people are devils. Okay, they're using it. They know exactly how these things are going. Okay, so okay, it's just, it is what it is. What else, right? It's not to say, I do think like he could go, but it's, you know maybe we need the situation to Republicans feel the effects. So exactly, Trump's policies. I do think that if there's any quote unquote consolation, is that the more he stays, the worse it is long term for Trump. Okay, and those people connected to him, the people who support him. I think that change is inevitable in the big scale. I don't know how much long. What can we hold on to? What could we hold on to? Each other. Yeah, holding on to each. It's like the saying. This is the moment of the big shakeup for everything, and truth is revealed and all those things. But how can, okay, but the idea is still in the government. Why? How the hell are we gonna, they're literally gonna start dropping that, okay? I think, guys, you know what it is like, in a way, it's saying focus on what matters the most. It's just the situation is extremely frustrating, especially if they stop the government, okay? Because we can't control it, not right now, okay? And I think there's a, in the natural order, I do think is like this bigger, you know, there's a bigger force at hand here. They're saying we're moving those, you know what I see? This is so weird, like this force of like, almost like this energy that sucks their soul out, like they're removed from Earth, okay? You know what I mean? Like in the kind of like they're supposed, their expiration date is here and they're going to be removed, okay? I think, but not, they're not going to be in this earth much longer, I don't think, okay? Or in our, I just think that, don't you think the time is up and has been up, and they're not delivering in every sense, and it's not gonna, you know, this is the thing, is it right? So this is it, okay? That's my sense. I just feel like, again, I think that, and as I was saying the other day, like over the weekend, I think Mystery Achiever, you know, she was saying something like, oh, you know, it's Trump. Is, of course they do these horrible, awful things, but right now, I think caring about the stuff that matters, having something else to focus on, doing something that you care about, until, I just think this is a sense of like this giant earthquake. They're not going to survive much beyond this. I don't think. I mean, I could be wrong. Of course, everybody could be wrong, but don't you think? I just don't see how this could stay on for much longer, because they're not helping anybody. They're, you know what I mean? I think it's like, it's not going to go on for much longer. They're not they are not young, at least, okay? And don't you think, guys? I don't know what you think. What do you, you know, what do you think is going to happen? Okay, I mean, I think, seriously, we have the situation of the Supreme Court postponed. It's not going to happen, okay? Nothing's going to happen, right? Nothing's going to happen if the legal system, no matter what, no matter what explosive piece of news, nothing's gonna is gonna go above the noise of the, not noise, the truth about it. Okay, nothing is gonna go above this stuff about the coronavirus. Nothing, nothing. Okay, so so that's the story. Okay, so okay, and then you saw, guys, Mitch McConnell voting. He's not gonna vote for the thing. Okay, Mitch McConnell's not gonna vote. He's gonna wait a little bit. Okay, so this is the thing. He's not gonna vote, right? So okay, so what about that? Mitch McConnell's not voting for it. What's gonna happen? People are watching. He's not gonna be. I think people are watching, guys, and this is, you saw the amount of people voting. Okay, now, okay, I know this today, guys. Today is a tough day. Okay, but I have to ask these other questions also that are also upsetting, worrisome. Did you see? So a lot of states are trying to stop the primaries, which I think today, I think nowadays is correct. Okay, but there's some states they're still going to have voting, and of course a lot of older people vote for Biden especially. Okay, so, and Trump was like, oh, don't worry about it, go vote, of course, knowing that this is probably going to affect the turnout. So what's going to happen? Are we still going to be able to elect Biden no matter what, or what the hell is going on here? It's saying the turnout might be smaller, but it's still there. Okay, it's still there. And I think also, guys, yeah, I think it's still, they're hoping that they're going to change the conversation. Oh no. And the more, like I was saying, this is not even for us, everybody, right? You see how this is awful, this whole thing with the coronavirus situation, okay? Right? Like, there's they are not winning points, let's put it this way, and they can win forever. But there's nothing you can do, okay? If this, guys, this is serious, okay? With this disease, okay, with this disease, you can't really like blame the Supreme Court, okay? Um, like I think, you know, considering I think it makes some sense, okay? So it's just, it's not hope is exactly the word, okay? It's just that this is not gonna last forever, right? And that this is like a really good natural disaster in some ways. This is not, you know, it just seems like it goes that way. But is it okay? Is it, are they winning with this? Are they gonna, or not? What's going on? Are they winning on this? No, this is exposing all, you know, the truth about them. Okay, so okay, yeah, people take precaution, but they will vote. Yes, because guys, if we don't vote, we die. That's the truth. Okay, if we don't get him out, we're dead. We're done. The country's over, and we die. I mean, it's the fact. Okay, so you know, this is the thing interesting. I am also seeing that the economy. Did you see the 3,000 points went down? The economy is what stops Trump ultimately. Okay, his response with this whole thing and the economy, like that's not gonna, it's very hard for, it could be any president. If things go down this dramatically, they can't hold on to power. Okay, I think this is very difficult. Okay, other people have to keep worrying, finding ways of why about the free guys. I have to say the Supreme Court is one of the most traditional things. I think it will be, you know, I don't know guys, this is okay, this is just my thing. I don't know, you know, it is what it is. Okay, it is what it is. There's no way, right? I don't know what else to say to you. Like, you know, it is flopping. So, is there okay? It's not. It's just like a hibernation. Okay, that's what it is. Okay. So, okay, next. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. So much. Okay. So next. Okay, just a few more minutes. I know I'm going through. It's like a lot. So, okay. Primary elections already. Okay. So primaries. I think I see him winning. I do see him winning. Okay. I still think they will be able to vote. Yes. Okay. I still think. Okay. Okay. So next, Cabezas. Okay. Just want to tell you, man, I got a kind of like a message here, guys. I think I saw because I was like, okay, I was like looking to think, okay, who could help, not help us, but like get some sort of insight into what's going on, how to deal with this. And I see the image of this president. I think it's FDR. Okay. And I see FDR because I was actually talking to somebody on the phone. I think what's going to happen right after this is going to be an FDR type situation. Okay. And it's same because I see him like, what I see is this image of him, and then the hands lifting up, everybody's hands up, lifting up everybody. Okay. But he's saying we can only lift up everybody when everything falls apart. It's saying that the, because it's sort of explaining the entire system is so strong that they built all this time that only when everything crashes down, and it's not just economically, the whole thing with the coronavirus, the social structure, you know, the weakness of the social structure is exposed, that you can help bring it up. Okay. So it's like total, it sounds kind of scary actually saying total collapse. Okay. But it's saying that, what do you mean by total? Is it going to be better, worse, or different from the Great Depression? And if so, how? There's a lot more money. There's a lot more money in the system. And there may be people who can help. They're not going to let people starve the same way that happened the last time. But there's going to have to be a radical rethinking, because the help is only going to be temporary. And unless we do a serious science is saying hold my beer, exactly, unless we do a serious not refurbishing, you know, like there's going to be a kind of a reconstruction. Indivisible would say that it's kind of like a reconstruction. Okay. It's like, and I see, guys, you know, this image of like a burning house, you know, sad, because I watch crime shows, you know, when they have the arson, there's only a skeleton and they have to build from the skeleton. Okay. this is the thing. It's the whole thing crashing down. It's like, the make no mistake, it's gonna crash down. Whatever, and they're trying to, they're gonna be until their last days pretending like this, the emperor is not naked, or like, they say the thing about the movie. What is it that they say, that book about people following blindly? They say if you tell them the wall is, if this wall is white, if the wall is blue, they say yes, it's blue, because they learn to start when you know what I mean. So at one point it's going to come to the whole thing is exposed for what it is. Okay, and it is right, it's bad enough. Okay, bad enough, you know what I mean. I think so. It's not that it's, I think, guys, honestly, what's happening now is gonna be, it's gonna be it's gonna be like the Great Depression. After the Great Depression, that's what's gonna happen next. Okay, we didn't learn the lesson then. Okay, they keep trying to pretend the lesson didn't happen, so there has to be something along those lines. Okay, because otherwise, okay. So, okay. So next, oh my God, guys, it's crazy, no, crazy. Yeah, and I think, Cynthia was like mad or whatever, she said that or whatever, but that's her. It's like, right? It's like, no, but guys, seriously, like, no, I'm serious. This is serious. It's not, I don't want it to be, no, I don't mean it to be like the end of everything, but it's true. It's true what I'm saying. Like, remember the Great Depression? It was like the bottom of the bottom. And then things were built after this. And we're going through right now is something that kind of looks similar to what happened around the Great Depression, where everything, don't you think, guys, this is right? Don't you think? I mean, really, do you think, I mean, this is very serious what's happening right now with this everything, because and this has to do with like the entire economy stopping. Okay, George Orwell, exactly, right? It's like the economy's stopping. This is a real recession. So you cannot, you have like, then things go up. Okay, like go up, and the change is created from this. Okay, and so but not as, I don't think as badly as the Great Depression, but as radical, in the sense that you realize that there is no social fabric anymore. That's right, that's what it is. There is no, exactly. And they were saying, guys, I think it was some TV show that I was watching, I forgot which one. I was saying that there's zero worker protections, there is no social fabric, there's nothing. Okay, really, this is true. And so that has to be implemented. Okay, because otherwise it's going to continue to crash. I think because the reality is that those types of people who got away with everything with this stuff, or they're connected to Trump, they will exploit anything and everything they can. There's no limit to them. So we have to put the limits, and we have to help the people who are the majority. Okay, so okay, so I know, and like a spiritual master saying, calm down. It's not as bad. How do I say it? It's not that it's gonna be like, oh my God, like a pandemonium, not like that. But I think there's gonna be a radical, like, think about it, guys. In order for things to change, there has to, like, what makes change is crisis. Crisis happens before change does. Okay. So this is why. Okay. And this time, exactly. This is why it's weird, right? This does feel like divine intervention. Yeah, that's right. The Francine said, never thought divine intervention would take this form. I do think this is what I think ultimately, okay, is that this is like a reboot. We have second chance now, because otherwise, okay. And that's why I think it feels so radical. It is radical. Okay, what is going on? Okay. So, okay, quick question. Oh my God. So, okay. Oh my God, I don't think let me leave the thing about the Jared Prophet. Let me just, quick question that I think is very important. The future. Trump said just now this could go on until this summer. Is this true? How, and then the second question, how will America change once this is over? Okay. So, okay, so Trump said now this could go on until the summer. Is this true? No, it's saying like once we get the big they're gonna have to build this thing. They're gonna have to build the places for quarantining people. They're gonna have to act fast to get. They're gonna have a system together, work out a system, and slowly things are gonna be brought back in. Okay, I think, yeah, I think it's not gonna be as long. It's gonna feel like it's a long time, but it's not gonna be forever. No, and there's gonna be a return, and there's gonna be pressure for things to return to normal. Okay, okay, so it's gonna, it's like it has to, they have to manage. Okay, yeah, that's right. Christine say old timeline, Zandy is starting new one. Yes, exactly. So, guys, what's funny? It's kind of like, it's true. They're almost laughing like you guys want to change. Change is not linear. Okay, maybe this is it. It's like, it seems that it's extremely radical what's happening, right? But not in the way that we think, like not in the way that we had expected or thought it was going to happen. Okay. So, anyways, so okay. Because guys, I was thinking today, can you believe that this country that is so rich in terms of the budget, like think about the military budget is almost $1 trillion. We have all kinds of arms and weapons, but we don't have respirators. Like think about it. Think about how sad it is that we don't have the respirators for people to survive, but we have all kinds of weapons to kill people. That's just, it has to change. Priorities have to change. Okay. So then how will America change once this is over? It's saying there have to be guarantees. It's saying that they're going to have support, like people are going to have support because, but why? What will make it change then? Because the systems, I think it's saying essentially the math doesn't work even. All these tax breaks, all these, the schemes to support the companies, it doesn't trickle down at all. And without the worker is the base of the economy. If you don't have people spending money on simple things, it's over. So they can't afford to not have workers like active in the economy. Okay. So, okay. So this is it. Okay. So we have, in order for the economy to even exist, okay, they have to, so it's not even like they call socialism, it's not even socialism. It's like without basic, like people being able to spend money, they can't. Okay. Nothing can happen. So, okay. So then, okay, so I'm gonna go, guys, but I just wanted to last message. Okay, tomorrow I'm gonna do it again. I know it's tough. Today was tough, but that's part of it. Okay, so what message should we have? Just take a breather. Take a breather. Try to enjoy yourself. Simple things in your house or whatever you could do, but don't let we're not gonna be able to change things very quickly, immediately, or something like that. Okay, and don't you know what I mean? So I don't know. So that's the story, guys. Okay. Okay. So that's that. Okay. And it's just saying that we have to, yeah, appreciate. Yeah, that's right. They're going to have to, because I don't think, guys, they're going to have the breaks anymore that they've had thus far. They can't, right? Because this is the thing. When people start, whatever, dying, okay, on the street or something. So it's, you know, we have to unite. You know what I mean? This is the thing. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna go, guys. Okay, I'm gonna go. It's 9 o'clock. So tomorrow at 7, I'm gonna continue to do updates. Okay, and tomorrow I'm gonna do the questions I didn't do today. Just think it's about Jared and stuff. Okay. Okay. All right. But keep the faith. Okay. We can't. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Joanne. So yeah. So okay. So that's that for now. Okay. All right. So have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Bye. I'm gonna go. Okay.